Hey guys, and welcome to an all-new, different rebirthcast. I'm back. I haven't filmed one in a while, so this is gonna be cool. I'm filming on my laptop, using my microphone. I decided to try just hold my microphone, kind of like this, like a comedian or something. I don't know. Just hold the microphone, see how it works, see how we do. I don't have to have it on stand like everybody else. I'm gonna be a rebel. I'm gonna hold the microphone, because most podcasts just have it pre-set up and stuff. I'm just gonna hold it, move it around, I can move it with me, so we can do some shit. But a couple things I want to get out of the way first. The name of this podcast might change. I'm not sure about that yet, because it doesn't really work too well with what's going on, and with what the podcast is going to become. And I feel like I might have to make some changes, and we're going to move the light a little, see if that helps. Helps a little. Right in my eyes. I don't know. I'm new at this whole thing. I'm doing this new set I have. So we're going to top into the comics. I'm the best comic of this year. I know I'm kind of rambling on. I need to get into it. Like I said, I might change the name for the podcast, and we're talking about this one's going to be the top 10 favorite comics plus a couple other ones. Basically just my favorite comics of this year that came out. I have a bunch of them. I kind of decided I'll pick 10. And then if I want to do some honorable mentions, or anyone that really wanted to honorable mentions, I'll do that. I'm looking at the time. It's 4:42, so I know like how long I'm doing this. So if I take too long on stuff, I need to just hustle it. And the next episode I'm going to be talking about, what I'll probably maybe record tomorrow, is going to be on a bunch of topics. We'll see how this one goes and see if I want to use a microphone like this. But yeah, we'll see what I have a bunch of topics I want to talk about. I'm not going to say what they are. You'll find out when I do that episode. So that's going to be more topic based on news and stuff that's going on. So yeah. So let's start this off right. First thing I'll start with the honorable mentions. First book we're mentioning is the only indie book that I'm mentioning, and does not count off-brands of DC things they have. But the first one we're talking about is the only indie book that's in the honorable mentions. Royal City by Jeff Lemire, if you can see there. Ooh. Yeah. Royal City by Jeff Lemire. Now, Warrior City, I'll just hold one. Warrior City by Jeff Lemire. Really awesome comic book where he's writing and drawing it himself. It's really a fun book. It's not action-packed superhero antics or just action. It's a more laid-back book. It's like the one of the kids in this, whose name's Tommy, brother of the family, might have powers or something. We don't know. We're going to figure stuff out. He has some weird dreams and some weird stuff going on. So there's some weird stuff in it that you would think would be in the supernatural kind of thing. But yeah, it's a really great indie book by Jeff Lemire. If you're not picking it up, give it a read. If you like, read the first issue and see what you think of it. If you don't, it might not be. This is a book that might not be for everybody, but I really enjoy Jeff Lemire artwork and his writing, so I had to pick that up for myself. It was super awesome, and I had to. I'm gonna place my phone somewhere else, right there. Yeah, so that's the first one. Now we're going to move on to the Marvel stuff, but I only have one as well, and that is, we're going to show it here. Captain America. Captain America, the new one, is the new run. I put the microphone down, so I don't know if you heard that. Captain America, new run by Mark Ward and Chris Sammy, who's doing the art. Amazing. They're like a dream team at Marvel right now. This is probably... If Gwenpool does end and we don't get a new Gwenpool series, this is going to be my favorite book of Marvel. This is, technically, I would say it is a little better, but I just love Gwenpool so much. It's one of my favorite books of Marvel, so yeah. But Captain America by Chris Sammy and Mark Ward, been amazing. I highly check it out. There's only been, it came out this year, but only 2 issues came out this year, so that's why it's not on the list. If there was more, I would have put this on the list easy. It's one of the best Marvel books I've read in a long time, so yeah. But I'm going to have to leave it off this list and save it for next year, because it's going to be on next year's list, depending on how long Mark Wood and Chris Sammy's runs. It's going to run enough to I'm going to add it probably onto next year, so that is awesome. Next book is another one. Only reason I didn't add it because there's only 2 issues of it. Obviously, a Doomsday Clock. As you know, I am loving Doomsday Clock, one of my favorite books at DC. It's one of the big event books with Watchmen and characters getting all integrated. It is great. If you're not reading it, I don't know if this is one of the books that's like, if you're reading DC Comics and if you know who the Watchmen are, know DC, know what's going on with with the DC stuff, like the Watchmen stuff in the comics, like the whole 10 Years Missing the Button. If you are into all that stuff or reading DC and are interested in this, check it out. If you're not, then don't jump into this book. If you have not, if you don't know what's going on with DC, then this might not be the book for you. I'm just saying, because there's a lot of stuff there's some stuff you need to know. So, and I just hit the microphone, so it probably made some noise. Sorry. We have a couple books to go through for the honorable mentions. We have Batman, Creature of Night, another told story about this kid who is that isn't a war, but it's not really superheroes. But the kid is somehow manifesting this Batman because he likes Batman as a kid. Always read the comics and reads them as an adult in his college years. He reads them, and then there's this Batman creature like you see in this one. I think I might just hit the mic if I did. Sorry. And you see the bat creature, like in issue 2 on the cover. You see the bat creature going around doing stuff. It's really cool. It's only 3 issues, I think. So the next is going to end this month, actually. So yeah, that one is a great honorable mention. I had to pick another one because a couple came out this year. That's my favorite. So yeah, next we're going to talk about is another comic that I have to just say a bunch of stuff about, and that is obviously Batman by Tom King. It's been an amazing run. Batman's Tom King has been amazing. He's been doing some cool stuff with Selena, Batman acting to Mayor Catwoman, when I'm totally down for. That's definitely awesome. And then Batman and Catwoman go on a date with Superman and Wonder Woman. Superman and not Wonder Woman. People are going to shoot me for saying that. Superman and Lois Lane. Obviously got it right. And they go on a date, and it's really cool. It's for like 2 issues, and it's a 2-issue date story, and it's awesome. And it's been killing it. I think it's been great. Not good enough to get the list, because DC had a couple of the books that you're going to see that were a little better. Next book I have at least 3 more honorable mentions. We have Batman Almost Flood, a book that you don't think is going to be. I thought the book was going to be good, but damn was this book good. Like, I would recommend this in the high heavens. If you want to read a Batman book, I would say this is one of the ones you need to read. You need to read this before Tom King's Batman. Funny enough, Tom King wrote this, so yeah. So you're basically still reading Tom King's Batman. And this one actually could be in the Tom King Batman universe. I don't know. I keep moving my mic away from the my mouth. I don't know if that's picking it up like when I do that. So we'll see in the audio. But next is obviously Wildstorm by Warren Ellis and Jason David Hunt. Awesome. The artwork is awesome. Jason David Hunt's artwork is awesome. Warren Ellis is a great writer, so that's why I wanted to pick this up. And I love Wildstorm, and I've been reading it like ever since. It's been a book I've been enjoying. It's just been fun. It has been slow, and some people I never said boring. I wouldn't say boring. I would just say slow. And it might be because if this is on the front, I'll show you on the next one. It says it goes up to, has a numbering thing on the front, and you can see that it goes up to like 24. I don't know if that's how many issues it is. If it is, and they want to do one giant story, and they just want to pattern it out a little bit, extend it a little bit to give them more room to breathe and stuff, it's fine. I'm going to be reading it. I think by the end it's going to be awesome. So I'm on the ride, and I'm a big Wildstorm fan anyway, so I'm going to be picking up the issues for this. Yeah, it was good, but I wouldn't. It's definitely an honorable mention because I know it was definitely. I think there was some other ones that were a little better, but the arc-wise it was really good. And the story was pretty. It wasn't bad. It was just a little slow. Warren Ellis, you're a little slow. Did that to your age? Probably don't have anything to do with your age. I'm just making jokes because this is. If I just be serious, it's not gonna be the funnest podcast to listen to and to see This is the first time I'm doing one where actually recording me, so that's actually kind of cool. And I gotta make sure I move the mouse so the computer doesn't just kind of forget on me. Last book for honorable mentions, then we're gonna get into the real book. So we talked about 10 minutes for this. That's pretty good. I have to talk about this. Cape Cosmo as a cybernetic guy. Why the hell aren't you reading this? Like, almost all the DC Young Animal books you should read. The only one I would recommend, my least favorite, is probably Bug the Adventure of Forger. But even that was still pretty entertaining and fun. I'm glad I got it. But this is my second favorite DC Young Animal book. It's been awesome. I know people like Comic Dorian have been talking about this book. Read it. For God's sake, you need to read this. You just need to read DC Young Animal. People need to read that. I don't care what anybody says. People need to read this shit because it's awesome. And this book is about Cape Cosmo going underground to stop things. And there's an evil. The people he walked for are kind of evil. And there's a lot of great stuff in this book. This has been one of my favorite series. The second favorite series. And we get to see a bunch of cool characters. And also, You bring back Wild Dog. This book brought back Wild Dog. You do not know how excited I am for that. Bring Wild Dog back into the fold of DC Comics. He hasn't been in it since the 90s. Since the early 80s, really hasn't got his own a good chunk. He was in a Booster Gold comic, but that was he when you want to say that. It was just for a little bit. It wasn't that much, but still, that's the first time we've seen him since then. And then before then, we didn't see him till stuff I think in the late 80s, and that was his own stuff. So it was cool to see him making a resurgence in this series. And I hope maybe he'll get his own book. Maybe they'll do like a Punisher book or something. Like, he goes around, maybe not kills people, but maybe just does some really messed stuff here. Oh, I'm kill people. I'm totally down with that. We need a Warzone book. And then, yes, it's called Cybernetic Eye because he does have a cybernetic eye, and you get to see all kinds of cool things here. Look what says Animal Man up here. In this one, a different version of Animal Man. He needs to be in DC. DC Young Animal, I'm going to give you a thing that maybe you're already working on this. Line it called DC Young Animal. Do an Animal Man comic. That makes so much sense. I feel like there's ways of potential, and if you don't, I'm going to have some words, and he's a character who a lot of people aren't going to really read, except for like the DC Young Animal type of people. So yeah, really great. Now we get into the meat and potatoes, the comics, the 10 comics that made this year. Holy shit, this was a great year for comics in general. DC just obviously kicks tons of butt. Independent did some cool things. As comics that I'm surprised made it on the list last year. I don't know if they did. Well, last year wasn't probably. Don't know if I did one for last year. If I did, it wasn't that many. So yeah. First off, I have to take off first for talking at a crossover comic because obviously crossovers are the thing. As by number 10, Justice League Power Rangers. If anybody knows, I'm a Justice League fan. I'm a DC fan. I'm a DC fanboy, and I've gotten so much into Power Rangers, and this. We're taking the two things I love. Justice League and Power Ranger. Boy, I never thought would be a thing, mind you. I never thought this was an actual thing that we could have one day. It's one of those things like you see online, people like writing own fan stories about it. Like, oh, what if Batman met the Black Ranger and they fought and made their own stories, and like people made their own fan stuff. But to see an actual like physical comic that got released of Justice League / Power Rangers, it's awesome. But it's about the Rangers, and they go to the Power Ranger World. One of them does, the Black Ranger, and then Zed and stuff, and then Zed meets with Brainiac, and they cause a bunch of havoc, go back to the Power Ranger World, and they shrink Angel Grove. And since this one's a self-contained story, it's a miniseries, I can talk a little bit, it's easier to talk about in particularly. And they go and take Angel Grove, Brainiac shrinks in the city, and then they save the day and everything. I have the clear on this because it's one of the best comics. I was so excited, and here we see Brainiac and Zed. It's a cool kind of team up. I'm excited to see if we get any more Justice League Power Rangers, because there are other Power Rangers. We don't just have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, even though that's all we believe they've shown in the comics. I'm just saying, Boom Studios, we have other Power Rangers, so maybe we could do some crossover with some of the other Power Rangers. Or we have those same Rangers and do like Zero Turbo, where it kind of had the same Rangers, but they changed. Or we do the later Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, where they changed some of the members. That's actually be really cool to see. So next week on the list, the comic is Indie. We're going Indie next. And this book is coming to an end this month, actually. It was kind of sad because a lot of people are excited this is ending. I am one of them, and that is Mr. Invincible by Robert effing Kirkman, one of the greatest comics. I think Indie Comics is my favorite indie superhero comic. I think, yeah, it's the only. Yeah, I guess I guess second, because I guess I have another one on here that might count. You'll see that later, but that I guess counts as superheroes as well. But this one, I think it is better, but I just have more. I don't know. This is a really great comic, Invincible. I know it's a little low on the list. Yeah, I feel like it should be a little higher, but a lot of great stuff came out this year. I enjoyed this. It was so good. Every issue I was excited, and I knew when I started getting this that it was the last story arc, so I knew it was gonna end. So I knew like, okay, the story's gonna end, so now be done. I mean, there'll be Invincible stuff probably. I don't think it's gonna go away forever. I don't think we're gonna get like a whole nother series. I don't know. I think we're gonna get stuff maybe here and there, maybe little short stories, stuff here and there. But yeah, for the most part, I think we're gonna be done. But yeah, I'm excited. And if they do anything else after this, I'm definitely gonna be checking it out. So yeah, Robert Kirkman's ending an epic tale. Mark Dad died in it. I'm trying to think of stuff that happened in it that I can say because it's all one last story arc. Mark finds out about his other son with that girl who I guess raped him. I guess it was rape because he wasn't sent to the sex he was raped and got this kid who looked just like him, was surprisingly enough, but that's because they're probably both from the same alien race, so that probably has something to do with it. And they're all going off planet, and it seems like they're not, the son and dad, and like, no, we want to stay here. So we'll see what happens in the last issue. I'm excited. It's going to be probably a double-sized issue. It's going to be awesome. Really excited to see Aurora Kirkman, how they end one of the best indie comic books. So yeah, next we gotta take it to the Man of Steel. Obviously, I'm talking about Superman, and obviously different so John Canonic. He's featured in this issue a lot. Superman is one of the books by Peter J. Tomasi, and Peter J. Tomasi, and who's the other name? I'm gonna see if I can take a quick look here at the name of the other person. I think this one's at the end, so we'll take a look here. This one's by Patrick Gilson and Peter J. Tomasi. Awesome, it's a Superman story, and since the multiple story arcs, I'm not going to go into exactly what's happening with this book, since the multiple story arcs, but it's been great. It's a great look at the Superman family, and it's been one of those comics that you asked me 10 years ago, you asked me a year ago, or even earlier this year, I would have been like, Superman? I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm not the biggest Superman fan. I would never, ever think of me getting it like every month when Superman comes out. I'm like super excited. I'm excited to read it. I'm like, one of the book, I'm like, yes, Superman. And I'm like, okay, Superman. And it's good, but probably good. But I'm like, I have not read it at that point. So I'll be like, I would have probably been like, it's probably good, but unless I find it cheap, I'm not gonna go on my way to get it. And now I'm like, I got it, and it was awesome. So yay, that was awesome. And also right now, when the Super Sons of Tomorrow story arc, I think the next issue of Superman, it's not part of that, because I think all the issues of Superman are done with that. But yeah, Superman by Peter J. freaking Tomasi, really awesome, really great book. And I know I'm not going too much into it, but that's great art. The art does change, and I think they had maybe a couple of different writers. But yeah, mostly Peter J. Tomasi, and he's awesome on it. So yay, with that, now we'll jump on to a triplet one. This next one is kind of double. We got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which anyone knows I love the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comic by Boom Studios. That's what I was saying. This was going to be kind of like my other indie comic. Really happy to get this Power Rangers. It's been like so fucking taking the Power Rangers and doing a little bit more, I want to say more mature kind of take on them, and it's been great. It's been fun. It's been going on for about 22 issues so far. I've been hella enjoying it. It's been great. I would recommend, if you like Power Rangers, go out and read this series. It's awesome, great, amazing, fun, awesome. Everything you like about Power Rangers, and does some stuff that you would be really surprised with and didn't think that, yeah, this takes Power Rangers and does it way. It's better than the show. I'm not going to say it's better than if you watch the original show, it's better than that if you think it's cheesy or anything. I don't, but yeah. And also, for this one, I'm also a duplicate. We're doing 2 for 1 number. I think this is number 7. Yeah, it's number 7. I'm also doing Go Saban Power Rangers. Now, they have 2 Power Rangers series, and I didn't want to have these 2 take up the list take up 2 different spots when I could throw something completely different. Another comic that you guys might want to check out. This is the Go Saban Power Rangers, and this is right after they got their powers. This series takes off right after where they got their powers. The other series takes off right after Tommy joins the Green Ranger. So yeah, it's been really fun. I'm excited for when he finally gets to be the right Ranger, because we know that might happen. I hope that happens at some point, and it'd be cool if we get other Rangers, but I know there's so many Rangers, and you can't have like 100 comics. And that's just doing Power Ranger comics and my screen. There we go. Yeah, Power Rangers, awesome on the screen, kind of with doing stuff there. It's weird that it doesn't, like, kind of like, what's it called? It's a little darker, or like it kind of like, oh, you have it on here, where it's like kind of like gets like where it shades everything down, like, oh yeah, it's about to just stop or whatever. Not like turn off, but the screen's gonna like turn off. The screen's gonna turn off. I don't know why it does that, because I'm recording through this microphone and the camera, so yeah. We're gonna have to figure out for that point, and I think for the next time I do the podcast, we're not gonna do the mic because I don't know how well this is working, but we're all for this one because I'm already like halfway through this, so we're doing it for about at least 20 minutes, so yeah, that one might be a little shorter, but hey, they don't have to be really an hour. Like, this one in particular doesn't have to be an hour. if it doesn't want to be. It'd be cool if I had some other people to talk about this stuff with. But for right now, it's going to be me. Eventually, I might get some guests on, maybe some other people. I don't know, but for right now, we're just going to talk about stuff by myself. Next, obviously, we have to talk about a comic that's near and dear to my heart. Another Peter J. Tomasi comic, Super Sons. The shit. I mean, this is great. Like, this is the shit. Like, this is one of the best. This is probably one of my favorite DC comics when it comes to the main comics. It's so good. Like, this is so good. And also, my nose is a little runny, so if you hear me sniffle anything, that's why. I didn't mention it at the beginning of the video because I wasn't sniffing as bad, but I know it's a little stuffy, so that's why you hear me sniffle. But Super Sons by PJ Tomasi been awesome. The next issue is the final part to this story arc, the Super Sons of Tomorrow story arc. It's fun if you like Jonathan Kent and Damian Wayne. Well, I know some people don't like Damian Wayne. I actually like Damian Wayne, and in this he's really awesome, so that's cool. And so is Jonathan Kent, and then working together, then becoming like friends and everything. It's just so great to have a book that has, because this is basically a new series. It's new as in it's never been done before. Like they've never had a Super Son 2 before. This is the first time, and it's awesome. So yeah. And next at number 5, the one that I was like, yeah, this is at number 5. This book made it higher than I was thinking going through the comics. And I was like, yeah, this book is actually really high. Higher than Super Sons, higher than Superman, higher than Power Rangers, or Justice League Power Rangers, or Invincible, mind you. And I'm surprised the book made it that far on the list. Archie, you're all probably thinking, what the fuck? You're putting that high on the list? First of all, by Mark Ward. Gets a lot of credit because that's awesome. Means it's awesome. Mark Ward's awesome. Here's the newest issue. And my God, the story he's been telling has been awesome. I mean, if I had to recommend a comic, this is one I feel like it's one of the ones that a lot of people would be like, this stupid. It's fucking amazing. Like, this is one I'd recommend anybody. You need to be reading this book. It's so awesome. And yes, they've been doing a lot of great stories. Since issue 20, basically what they've done this year with this comic has kicked it up a notch that I've been super happy for. I was waiting for because I knew something big was going to happen. And it's been like, every issue's been like, boom, 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 boom. And I hope it continues on this train ride. And not every issue needs to be this impactful. But you've been doing pretty good with it, so I'm not going to lie to you. It's been a hell of a good time. And the lights right here. If you don't know, the light's like right here. So, I stare at that a little bit. Because when I stare at a light too much, sometimes my eyes get all watery. Yeah. It's a weird, like, if I stare at a light, my eye just starts to water and stuff. But yeah, what's left on the list? Well, next at number 4 is something, if you know, my favorite. Next is my favorite Marvel comic, because after that is DC all the way, because I'm a big DC fan, but I had Marvel. Definitely, you know what book I'm talking about. You know what book I put in the top 5, and if it was a Marvel book, and if you don't know, this series is coming to an end next month. But who the fuck thought that was a good idea? Can go or whatever and go fuck yourself. No, okay, we're just gonna take that back. I'm sorry. I don't really mean that. But I'm just joking because I really love the series so much. And it's like it pisses me off really that the book is ending because I got good decent sales. You shouldn't be canceling. A lot of people like this book, and I know you don't take sales like on Comixology or stuff like that on to count. People read stuff digitally, and I don't know if I just pick up an issue. I don't know if that counts. If it has to be one to have to who's actually pulling this book and reading it, like has in a pull box. I don't know. But if all that didn't give it away, Gwenpool, this issue he fights Doom and stuff. Brings out the evil Doom to try the books. He finds out for books. He says like, "Hey, my book's gonna end here soon. I need to figure out some shit to be like an Avenger or something. So I get to be in this forever, in the Marvel universe forever." But then issue 24 came out. The Lost in the Plot, part 1 of 2, because it's a story where this book ends. Holy shit, was this book good! Like, this is the book of this. All the comics that came out this week, because this book came out this week. This is the one I would recommend getting if I had to get a book this week. If you're reading Gwenpool, this is the best book, I think, that came out this week. It was so good. The ending, when I'm back at the book, was kind of sad. I was kind of getting sad. I'm like, oh, this is making me feel sad, because this book's in the ending, and it's just, who made me feel sad this book when the book was in the end, so that kind of sucks. But this issue is really great. In the ending, there's a surprise at the end where I'm like, yes, he's not gonna be something. Well, I'm not gonna say because I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys. So now we're going to move on to the last books of the night. We only have a couple more. So let's jump into them. We have 3 more. And we're just going to do them, even if this is not an hour. We're going to head on and do this. And give me a second because my throat is a little... Okay, I should bring some tissues and stuff. My nose is getting talked up, so I'm going to cry. And hurry this up a little bit. Next, obviously, if you don't know, DC had a big event this year. For mostly came out this year. Enough to where I'm going to add it to the list. And that is DC's Dark Knight Metal. This is issue 4. I think only 4 issues have come out so far. The book is great. I think it's only 6, so 2 more issues. And this is done. Let's see if I can get a good shot. There we go. Great book by Greg Capullo and Scott Snyder. Amazing book. Awesome. I thought this was one of the best comics that have come out so far. Just in the art-wise, it's probably one of my favorites, and it's so great. And also, because I didn't want this list to be just Dark Knight Metal stuff, because a lot of it was really good. I mean, seriously, this list could have been all Dark Knight Metal stuff, or pretty close to it. But so that's why I decided Dark Knight Metal, we're just going to do it as a whole, makes it easier. The couple ones, these are some other ones I have out, they don't have put away. Batman Lost. Amazing Batman tie-in stories of Batman. Dark Knight, it was Dark Knight Metal, awesome story about Batman and what he's going through. Like I said, one of my favorites out of the different Batmans, my favorite is Batman Who Laughed. This is just so freaking great. This is a book I would recommend people need to read. 'Cause a lot of these you can read on their own and you'll be fine for the most part. Oh, that was so good, and that one made me really sad, and yeah. That one actually made me really sad at a couple points, obviously. It's like all the other ones were like, yeah, didn't make me that sad. That one, like, yeah, it made me sad. It was really good. And then we got Hawkeye Found. Well, I actually didn't know this was actually written by, is written by Jeff Lemire. I didn't know he was writing this book. So that's actually really awesome, this being the first book he actually writes since he comes back. It feels like he left and now he's going over to DC and like, hey, I'm doing the Hawkeye book, Hawkeye Found, and it's actually pretty good. And Brian his art is pretty not bad. I think the cover is by like Jeff Lemire or something. Not Jeff Lemire. Oh, Jim Lee. Jim Lee did the cover. So it's really awesome. So Dark Knight Metal, if you're not reading it, go ahead, go pick up your copies now. It is awesome. You should be reading it. What are you still doing here? Yeah. But also, it's kind of one of the things, if you don't, even if you read it from the beginning, I feel like unless you're reading comics, it's going to be really a little harder to get. I think this is one of the comics that I think it helps if you read comics. If you've never read comics before and want to jump into this book, maybe not. I mean, you could jump into certain things, yes, about all the one-shots about the villains and all that. A lot of it. I think there's a lot of stuff you wouldn't get. I think there's a lot of references, a lot of stuff. So, yeah. You might have to win this one. Or read some more comics and get some more caught up on your knowledge. But yeah, that was great. Now, what are the 2 best books that I think came out this year? What are the 2 that you would like, every time they come out, you're like, holy shit, yes. Gwenpool was that, and I feel like that probably should have been higher than Dark Knight Metal, because I was actually a little more excited for that. There was one story arc with Gwenpool I was not as excited about. I was like, okay, let's just get this over with. But for the most part, I did like it, but it was like, I want to kind of just back to the good stuff. The only one story I didn't like in Gwenpool, the one with Ghost Rider and Hawkeye, I'm like, it wasn't bad. It was setting up this character and explaining him, da-da-da. But it was like, the ghost character, ghost friend who died by Murdoch, I'm like, yeah, you're explaining this, and it's not bad, but compared to the other ones, not the best. But yeah, but the 2 best comics, and it was kind of like, which one deserves to be the list? I'm going to have to say it is my favorite book of this, second favorite book of the year. Mr. Miracle. The book is not at an end yet because it's a 12-issue miniseries, so we don't know. It could be good, could be bad. Who knows? But so far, it's good. I don't think you need to be like, oh, the ending could suck. Yeah, we're talking about what came out this year, not what comes out next year. If it sucks, next year sucks. I don't think it will. I think there's going to be one of those consistently. It's for 6 issues. It's been really good. And the book just came out this week. But the book has been good for 6 issues. That's already halfway through it. If it's good for that many, I think the rest is going to be fine. I think it's going to be a fun book to read. And I've been just enjoying the hell out of this book. It's been fun. Tom King is killing it. I thought Tom King Batman was good. Photography Mr. Miracle is the shit and awesome, and one of the books I highly recommend, and the art is pretty cool. I want to see if I can see who the artist is. The artist by Mitch Graves is pencil, inks, colors, and variant covers. Okay, so he did the variant covers for some of these. But yeah, I also like the cover artist they got for this. So yeah, these are some great books. Mr. Miracle. If you're not reading it, I won't say myself so, highly check it out. It's one of the best books of them all, and you don't need to know much other than who maybe Mr. Miracle is. But I think even if you don't, you can maybe get the hang of it. And the last book was going to be the one I would say, so yeah, my favorite one is one I wouldn't just recommend. It's one of the ones I kind of want to recommend it because I feel like you could get into it, but you'll be like, this is fucking weird. What the fuck's going on? This is weird shit. Like, yeah, I can't explain it. It's about a team of superheroes who do weird shit. That's what it is, and that is obviously my favorite book. I'm sorry for a birthday. I don't know if that caught up in the microphone, but it's DC's Young Animals Doom Patrol, best book of the year. I know a couple of these issues did not come out this year, but this has been a great series this year. And I know there was a couple points where they kind of delayed it, did like a little break, but so far it's been one of my favorite books. So if you're not reading Doom Patrol, it's one of the books I'm always excited for. When a new issue of this comes out, I know I'm gonna have a good time. Gray Ward, who's writing it, who's the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, I gotta give credit. He's awesome. This book is awesome, and yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. Yeah, this is the last one we're talking about on the podcast. This is going to be a pretty simple episode, and I know I'm not going into too depths, probably because I'm just talking about myself, and when I'm talking about stuff like this, it's hard for me to, I don't know, it's not hard to me explain, but when I'm doing it by myself, episodes like this, I feel like you don't get enough, because it's not like, this is my opinion, it's good, the art's good, what do you want from me? I can't really tell you what happened, because there's multiple story arcs, and it's been great, good, I don't know, there's not other people here to bounce off of me to say, like, I thought this about this book. Or I thought that about this book. I don't know. What you doing? I don't know. But yeah, Doom Patrol, the Great Ward, he's awesome. The artist, who I want to see if I can... Nick Dellington? I'm assuming that's the artist, or it's the other one. I think it's Nick Dellington. We're going to take a look here. We're going to crack this boy up. Nick Dellington is the writer. It's the artist and cover. If we don't say artist and cover... Artist and cover artist. It sounds artist and cover just sounds weird, but yeah, awesome. Oh, and how's the thing for Samurai Jack 5? Season 5 was really good. The Samurai Jack comic was really good too, but didn't make the list. Probably should have. Actually, compared to these, it was actually lackluster, but yeah, it was good. But I'm wondering where it's going. We're gonna have to figure out that. Doom Patrol issue 6. This is where after this issue took a little hiatus, a little break. But it's fine. Book taking break, I'm fine. It was a good book. We got a first great story. Then we got a single issue story in issue 7. With some great art. We got a new artist for it. Just for this one issue. We got the talented Greg Ward and Mitchell and Michael Alvarez and Lauren Alad. You can look at the art, you know probably who the artist is I'm talking about. That was awesome for one shot. And then we got issue 8 and 9. That's only up to issue 9 at this point, and it's been so great. There's a lot to go back to the regular artist for the series. And I've just been having a ball of a time with this series. The art's amazing, the story's amazing. It's been one of my favorite books of the year. Every time I get one, I'm like, we're on for a wild ride. And now that's where this podcast is going to have to come to an end. We'll have to see how this turned out. Probably complete shit. We'll have to scrap it all and just start over. And I'm not going to do that. But we'll see how the one I do tomorrow. I'm going to record another one tomorrow about all the comic book things. I want to talk about all the... Not comic book things. I have a list of topics I want to talk about. Of things that came out. News. Things I just want to talk about. Newsy kind of... Not news stuff, but like... news when it comes to comic books, movies, games, YouTube, all that kind of stuff I want to talk about on the podcast. Do want to talk about topics and see how it goes. Yeah, but just me, so I don't know. We'll see. Thank you guys for listening to the all-new different rebirthcast. Hope you guys had some fun with this one. And you guys can always subscribe to the channel, Epic Epic Games. You can always like and favorite the video, because it's the only video format right now. Maybe eventually it'll be on a way you can download it as a podcast, but as right now, I don't have a way to do that. I might do it at some point, but right now it's just going to be a YouTube thing. And if I eventually wanted to try iTunes or figure out how to do something like that, if I get more people watching it, yeah, I'll give it a shot, because I don't think I'm ready for iTunes or anything yet. But now we're gonna talk about what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Facebook, Twitter, all that in the description down below. And that's it for this video. I'm gonna go out. I gotta do some stuff, and then I'm going to get some food for dinner 'cause I'm hungry, and I'm gonna go and do some stuff. So I'm gonna be gone for the rest of the night. I'll probably get the stuff tomorrow, so I can get out this week, and then the next one I'll get up later in the week for next week. So yeah. So thank you guys for watching an all new episode of the podcast, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And you guys can always stay epic, and I will see you in the next one if I do one, and I don't wanna jump off a boat. Don't know why I'm saying weird shit. Doom Patrol has that effect on me. Or just say weird shit because I'm just rambling at this point. Well, stay epic and bye.